Oh, it didn't turn enough. I put a little, ooh, wow, that's bad. Because the whole point of his video, a little nose up floaty bait, see if we can put it in from about 70 feet. Woo! No way! Welcome back to Bonanza Disc Golf. It's almost 1 billion degrees out right now. I think it's actually like 99. We're in Erie, Colorado, playing Coal Creek Disc Golf Course, which is a newer park that just came in. But there's gonna be a twist today because Robbie C, if you're watching my channel, you've probably seen him before. He put out a video earlier this week talking about increasing your touch in the game, increasing the different shots that you're able to throw. And one part of that was he set a challenge that you should go and play around and every time throw a shot that you normally wouldn't throw.
My final challenge would be to go to a course and challenge yourself to play a creative shot round. If you've ever thrown a certain disc on that hole before, you aren't allowed to throw it that round. The reality is they aren't all gonna be winners.
So I've actually already filmed a video at this course reviewing a bag. I think that'll probably come out in the next couple of weeks. But since he just put that video out, I'm gonna do the Robbie C challenge today, where instead of throwing my normal shots on all these holes, I'm gonna throw something that I wouldn't necessarily do and see how I'll shoot. Last time I was here, I've got down 4. There are some long holes and I really only have a big power backhand. My forehand can reach out to about 360, 380. So it's gonna be interesting, like forcing myself to throw some forehands that I wouldn't throw, maybe throwing some backhands on some weirder shots, or throwing some flippier discs that I normally don't. We're gonna try to beat 4 down, but more than that, it's really just about trying to get more comfortable with some different chop shapes, some different discs, and I'm excited to see how this actually ends up going, but also kind of nervous. This new course is honestly pretty awesome. First hole is up there. There's a creek about 20 feet behind the basket. So last time I threw a forehand, which actually ended up being a terrible shot as it was. I think what I'm gonna try to do is actually throw my fuse, because this is what I wouldn't do, but I wanna get better at angle control. So it's probably gonna have to be a little bit of a hyzer flip, but I also haven't thrown the disc in a while, so I'm interested to see how flippy it is. Oh, come back a bit though. That seems farther than I thought. I didn't throw that super hard. If I make this, I know Robbie C will be proud. Oh, sit though. Ah. It's really hard to generate that power as I try to go over that plant there. Even it is. Hole 2 is 401 uphill. I can really only reach this with my distance drivers, and I'm trying to throw different shots. So I think I'm gonna try to throw a big flex forehand. I don't know if my Grace or my Rive is better. This is my flippier Rive. Make sure I follow through so I don't hurt myself. Yeah, flex out of it. Get up there, skip, skip. That's not bad at all. I think that's probably about 360, 380. That'd be a good thing to try to rely on some more. Having a 400-foot forehand would be a weapon. Stay up. Oh, good height. Good putt. That's feeling strong today. Our hole 3, basket's right up the hill. There is a bunch of room behind it. I think I'm gonna try a funky shot pure on my forehand line. It's a flippy disc, meaning it's gonna want to turn on a forehand to the left. Definitely not something I normally throw. Kind of closer to a roller angle and very hard to get enough snap. Stay up. Dang it. Just wish I could put it in the chains. Even through 3. All right, here we are, hole 4. 278, straight downhill with these weird like sticks in the way. I honestly feel pretty comfortable with both a backhand and a forehand, but both of those would be on hyzer. So let's try to throw the pure backhand on an anhyzer line, because that's funky. I don't do that a lot, ever, honestly. Oh, that looks really good. I'm pretty sure that's parked. That's great. I do like throwing turnovers, but I don't normally like throwing them with like putters as much, or mids. So it's good to know that I got that. Well, 5 is straight ahead of us, pretty dangerous. So I normally would just play the big hyzer there. 2 options for what I'm thinking. I might throw like a fuse on a forehand, have it come back towards the basket, but there is that river there. The other thought is like throwing underneath that branch, really try and make sure that I hit that low line. I think what would be truer to the challenge would be actually not the fuse, but I'm gonna go with this EMAC Truth. So I'm gonna throw it on an anhyzer line. It should stable out a little bit better. Will hopefully keep me out of that river, but I guess we'll see. Oh no. Keep turning, keep turning. Oh, that was too stable. Huh. Oh, it's in the basket. Hole 6, big headwind, straight up the hill. We're gonna go Thunderbird actually. I was gonna go Rive, but I'm gonna disc down a little bit. I mean, we're going uphill. I don't know if I have 320 with my Thunderbird, but we're gonna throw another flex forehand. I really don't throw a lot of these, so this is good practice. And it'll just go in line with the slope and then come back towards the basket ideally, but there's a pretty big headwind, so I gotta keep it nose down. Maybe go in though? Wow, that was awesome. All right, a little short. I think what I'm learning is I never trust the turn of my discs, and forcing myself to do this, it's helping me to see that it's not as scary as I thought. It's not like just gonna burn into the ground unless I do something really dumb, so. Awesome, that's a turkey. 3 birdies in a row. Here we are, hole 7. We're gonna go forehand again. As you can see, if I have a hyzer line, I'm just gonna throw the backhand hyzer. We're gonna go T-bird 3, which is my flippier one. If I throw it on a backhand, it'll turn for me and it can hold turnovers. It'll flip up. It's pretty beat in. Straight, flat, it should turn a little bit, come back. I think that's the play. We do have a tailwind. Oh, it didn't turn enough. I put a little, ooh, wow, that's bad. Yikes. I think there was a little bit of hyzer on that one unintentionally, or I just didn't give it enough snap on my forehand, which is probably actually the case. Here we are. Normally this is just in the edge of my step putt range. Because the whole point of his video, little nose up floaty bids with an understable disc. He called them lids, it was polecats and sonics. We're gonna do, actually not the pure, we're gonna do it with the Sky God because this one feels more like a lid, it's much deeper rim. See if we can put it in from about 70 feet. No way! What? Oh my gosh, my arm sure is crazy for taking this thing off, but that was awesome. 4 in a row. I thought for sure I was gonna miss and just make a point, but dang. I'll definitely link his video at the bottom here. Obviously, gotta give credit where the ideas due, but that was crazy. All right, on hole 8. 337 straight ahead. Pretty obvious to me that is a hyzer line because you got those trees there, but that's not the point of this challenge. So I'm gonna take my more stable rive, my pink guy, and we're gonna try to hyzer it on a forehand around that tree. Not the safest shot, but maybe this will help me build confidence on my big forehands. We'll see. It's a little bit inside because I don't got the juice. Ah, that's a good shot though. Wow. Sit up, Anthony. Stop being a ding dong. Hole 9. It's 357, but a par 4 because it requires some juice. It's like straight over this hill. The play could be just a big hyzer, but the top of that hill is like 320 feet away. I'm wondering if this is even closer and I can just juice a forehand or flex forehand. But honestly, I think the only way I'm getting there is on a backhand. So I think instead of a hyzer, I'm gonna try to do this, what I would do with the forehand, just with a big turnover backhand, which is kind of a normal shot for me, but I wouldn't play it on this hole probably. I'm gonna try to go over this side of the hill, up and around with my grace, and hopefully get a look for the 2. Because I think I have the juice to get there, but it just requires an almost perfect shot from me. That might be really good. Where's my disc? Did I overshoot it? Oh, big time. Wow, big time. Hey, these heights are good. I'm not too disappointed. As I just work on the step putts, as I dial in the accuracy and the heights, eventually they'll be dropping. Took the 3 there. So that brings us to down 4 with no bogeys on the front 9, which is pretty solid. I mean, that's the score we're trying to beat. So we need no bogeys and a birdie here. I did bogey this one last time because I threw it in the water, which is just behind. It's 295 downhill. And I never throw this disc, but we're gonna throw it today. A big spike hyzer with the justice. Leave it out real wide, throw it down the hill and have it come back on a forehand. I don't know why I grunt so much when I throw a forehand. Yeah, 15 feet, I'll take it, that's great. All right, not quite 15 feet, maybe about 25. Oh no, that did though, that was such a bad putt. Didn't even give it a chance. Hard time, dang it. Hole 11, 345, way uphill. Normally it's just another big hyzer for me on my backhand, so I think we're gonna go rive on the forehand. Maybe even a little bit of a flexing forehand so it stays away from that side and then comes back towards the basket. Uh-oh, oh, that's such a bad shot. That's OB. Maybe not, but probably because I didn't flex it at all. Right, actually, never mind. Right down there. So we gotta do what's called a patent pending stance, where I have my back foot over here and my front foot up here. So my back foot is behind my lie. And then this way, I can throw this little backhand floaty bid with this guy got up here. Oh, it's a little bit deep. Not the best. Let's go. This one's interesting. They call it a par 4, which is, I think, super silly. 290 feet. There's a little bowl down there, right where that basket is. Jeremy Colling 2021 Thunderbird. Hopefully skip it under those branches. And no skip, but it was generally the idea of what I wanted. I threw it on hyzer instead of flat. All right, I'd say that's probably a pretty decent look there. Oh, I thought I missed that. I thought I short-armed it. Here's hole 13. It's 175 feet. Straight ahead of us. It seems like a pretty obvious just hyzer backhand line. I think this is what I'm gonna do. With a zone, so something stable, a knifing forehand, kind of on this angle, so it'll go over there and then pan out towards the basket. Way too much anhyzer angle, so I think I still left myself with about 30 feet. Putt is on though. Here we are, hole 14, 269, straight ahead of us. I was thinking of just taking a big spike hyzer going out over the canal, which is OB. That's honestly more typical of something that I do. This is hard because we do have a pretty harsh headwind. So I'll have to throw this pretty perfectly, honestly, to get a shot at the 2. Oh my gosh, look at that, just turn into a roller. All right, here's where I really got to practice that nose up floaty bid that he was talking about in his video. Play catch with the basket, because behind the basket, there's only about 15 feet of room. It's honestly decent height and not too far behind it. I'll take that. This one's gonna be hard to figure out because it's like straight in line this way, blind around a curve, kind of by where this tree is, 295 feet away. Pretty obviously a backhand hyzer, but I think my play here is going to be my more stable T-bird 3, because we do have a slight head crosswind. Throwing it on anhyzer pretty wide, and then get knife in and hopefully stable out by the basket. I don't quite remember exactly where it is, but this should be the right shot. Keep turning, keep turning. Oh no. That's more stable than I remembered. Never mind. I'm like 35-ish feet, not even. Stay up. Oh, Anthony. Gotta commit to that more. Here we are, 264 up to the basket. I want to throw my fuse, but I think it's too understable to throw on that forehand. That's what I'm learning. I'm gonna throw my less stable burst EMAC Truth on a pretty heavy anhyzer line so it flexes underneath the basket. Oh, I committed on that one. Stop diving. Oh. Just to lay up, I would honestly give it a floaty bid, but I think the canal's like right there. Do a little forehand hyzer with my pure. Not great. 17, 317 feet straight ahead. Normally, once again, just a mid-range hyzer. We're gonna go ahead and play that T-bird 3 again on a forehand. This is honestly just turning into almost a forehand only round. I guess that shows you how much I rely on my forehand. Oh, still put hyzer on it as it released. It just comes out naturally with so much hyzer. Stay up, Anthony. Here we are, hole 18, 409, par 3, not 4. This time it's gonna be a big flex forehand because we got a tailwind, which will help to stable it out. Oh, that's so freaking high and nose up like a ding dong. All right, got another 80 footer. You know what that means. Obvious birdie. Maybe? Oh, that's a good line though. Nothing. That's what it is. It's nothing. 7 down is good, especially for throwing shots on every single tee that I would not have normally thrown, and most up shots too when I had them. So I'm very happy. And with that throw in too, definitely go check out Robbie C's video. I'll link it. And if you're in this area, this is definitely a course that you should come check out, but otherwise I'm gonna throw it back to Anthony in the booth. Hey, welcome to the booth. I'm actually in Yellowstone National Park right now, and we're gonna be in this area for the next couple days. Quick location update for where I'm gonna be next. In case you wanna film a video with me and do a challenge, I will have my first one of those coming out in the next couple weeks. Essentially, if you beat me, you get to pick a disc that I own and keep it for yourself. The next places that will be is Big Sky, Montana, and then Bozeman and Billings, Montana, before we make our way through South Dakota. Check out this playlist right here, which has so far 3 videos from Fruita and Grand Junction, Colorado, but there are a couple other courses that I'm going to be adding to that playlist later this week, so subscribe for those, or check out this video, which YouTube thinks you'll like best. But don't forget to like this video because that should help in the algorithm.